How did humans domesticate the wolf, a predator living in the wild? We head to northern Mongolia to unravel the mystery. Altai is situated in a border region straddled by Russia, Kazakhstan, and China. These Kazakhs call this remote area home. Having migrated from China to Altai in the late 19th century, they have remained more or less isolated from the outside. Centuries-old traditions remain intact in the Kazakhs' nomadic lifestyle with their animals. One of them is the unique tradition of adopting wolf pups. They bring the pups from caves to reduce the number of wolves, which harm livestock. It's a Kazakh method of wolf population control passed down for generations. The wolves seem submissive to humans, but they are never raised for a long time. They are commonly sold for their hide once they get to a certain size. Raising wolves is labor-intensive because they eat meat. He's hunted food for the wolves in no time. The marmot, a large rodent of the prairies, is a food enjoyed by carnivorous animals. As the wolves are still young, the marmot is cut up into small pieces. While the stronger of the two eats, the other just watches. It's just as how it is in the wild. Starting with the entrails is another instinct from the wild.
Бұл енді ит құсаған емес, қола сырған емес, таланың нәрсесі ол ешқандай көнбейді. Қазір босай қалса қашады. Ол енді ол қайдан үйренсін? Даланың аңы ғой бұл қазір. Үйренбейді ешқандай.
Wolves have stronger wild instincts than any other animal. So how did humans tame them? Everything started with the wolves. They frequently encountered humans in their search for food and entered the human domain.
And animals that we think have entered into domestication from that route, the poster child, the primary one that we think of is usually the dog. It's thought to have come into domestication as less wary wolves begin to approach human settlements. Maybe the beta wolf, the one that wasn't doing so well and competing for the ladies and other resources, that then decided to affiliate with humans.
A wolf, looking for food, comes to learn that food is plentiful where humans live. Both humans and wolves are omnivorous predators. Humans felt threatened by the approaching wolf, a competitor. They kept trying to ward off the wolf. The wolf, accordingly, could not get any closer. But just then, one bold human does something the others cannot understand. He throws the wolf a piece of meat. What he did was motivated by the desire to keep the wolf close. This is the first moment humans began taming the wolf. Thereafter, this animal turns into humans' most loyal animal companion.
The dogs have taken that sociality from their wolf ancestors and have transferred that to the humans, away from maybe the alpha wolf and the other members of the pack to their human companions.
Dogs guard human dwellings and keep humans company. As a domesticated animal helping humans with their work, dogs come to accompany humans. Harar, a city in eastern Ethiopia. Things look commonplace enough during the day. But it's a different story once the sun sets in the city. At the same place every evening, he calls out to someone. Until darkness fully descends on the village. Time passes without any fanfare. Now, rather special visitors are about to arrive. Emerging from the darkness are hyenas. They walk into the village like they've done it many times before. For hyenas, which are nocturnal, the night is when they are active. So it's odd they're entering a human village rather than the woods. And humans are waiting for them. Hyenas are ferocious predators that even compete with lions in the wild. But they take the meat given by humans. They react to human calls and appear to have been tamed. They seem more like neighborhood dogs than vicious beasts. They started feeding the hyenas a few decades ago to keep them from attacking, and the practice has evolved into what it is now.
የቆራረጠ ይጠላቸው ነበረ ከዛ በኋላ በጣም በረጅም ጨ ነበር የሚያበረው ከዚህ እዛ በሚደርስ እዛ ያሳጠረ አለማምዷቸው ስንት መስዋዕትነት ከፍሎ ነው እንደዚህ እንዲሆኑ ያረጋቸውና እኔ ከሱ ስር ሰራ ነበር እኔ አሁን ከሱ ስር ሰራ አሁን 10 አመቴ ነው እሱ ያበላው 25 አመት ምናምን ነው
The situation is similar to the process by which wolves approached humans and were domesticated into dogs. People have tried adopting hyena cubs. That is, there was a domestication attempt. But the attempt went nowhere.
ወስደን ስናሳደገው ደግሞ እና ጅብ ከናቱ ስር እንዲለይ አይፈልግም እናትየው ደግሞ ልጇን የሚወስድባት ስለማትፈልግ ብቻ ልጇን ከወሰድክባት ታጠቃለች ለዛ ነው
It will take millennia before we can determine whether tamed hyenas can be domesticated. But what would happen if we compress this time frame to just several decades? The process of domestication is being studied at this lab. Geneticist Belyaev brought 130 selectively screened silver foxes here. Then followed a breeding experiment to recreate the process by which wolves were domesticated into dogs. The experiment was simple. When cubs were born, only the tame and unaggressive ones were selected for breeding. After over 50 generations of controlled breeding, the foxes now behave like household puppies. Even those in cages show no signs of aggression. Wagging the tail to greet humans is a characteristic of dogs. This behavioral change appeared in just 4 generations. There was also a physical change, as their once pointy ears drooped down.
Жизнь у тебя какая. Ну, вот смотрите. Вот она радуется, виляет хвостом. Виляет хвостом и издает звуки, которые, ну, трудно себе представить, что вот как бы они что-то другое значат, кроме как вот дружелюбие по отношению к человеку. То есть она зовет, чтобы к ней заглянули, чтобы с ней пообщались. Что я рещишь, маленькая, маленькая. Здравствуй, здравствуй, малыш, здравствуй, малыш. Виляет хвостом, зовет, радуется, эмоциональные звуки издает. На ручки тебя взять, иди сюда, ну иди ко мне, иди ко мне. Маленькая, маленькая девочка.
They also bred and observed untamed foxes. They get aggressive even when humans simply touch them. They are just like free-living foxes. Their behavior did not change at all. The experiment observed changes in both tame and untamed foxes through breeding alone, free of any training. The findings show how the domestication of dogs may have occurred.
Ну, конечно, это не те условия, которые формируют настоящую собаку. Вы видели, что в поведении наших лисиц очень много собачьего, правда? Очень много собачьих свойств. Но, тем не менее, все равно это не собака.
Although the experiment uncovered many facts, foxes cannot be deemed domesticated like dogs are. Only when an animal can live with humans can it be considered domesticated.
Очень близкая к собаке. Вот чтобы превратить ее в настоящую собаку, мы считаем, их надо выпустить из клетки, чтобы жили они постоянно, как собака, рядом с человеком.
Leaving the confines of the lab and living in a human home, that experiment is also underway. Evgeny has adopted a fox. He says it's very different from walking a dog.
Она старается незнакомых обходить, и в лесу у нее куда более интересных дел множество, которыми она будет заниматься. Она пойдет в снегу копаться, искать мышку, бегать, ну, в общем, гулять. И люди для нее второстепенные. И если они на нее не обращают никакого внимания, то она совершенно спокойно пройдет мимо.
The fox is a solitary animal that enjoys being alone. Forging ties and bonding doesn't come naturally as it does to dogs.
Собака она просто выполнит. Дадут угощение, хорошо, нет, обидно. Снова скажут, снова выполнит. А с лисой не так. Лиса поймет, что вот ты мне не дал, ага, нехорошо. Подумаю в следующий раз, выполнять эту команду или нет.